Boy, have I got some news for you. I'm going to take some time out for these first time cruisers, people that are looking to go on a cruise that have never been on a cruise before and have questions. Because I don't want you to make these mistakes and then you tell me that I didn't tell you about them. So come on in so we can go over these 10 mistakes first time cruisers do. And you got to remember it, once upon a time, we were first time cruisers. So come on in, babe. Tell the people, James, tell the people the mistakes we make.
Yeah, we were first time cruisers about 20 years ago.
Ain't been that long, but it's getting there. It's close. So what, 2008 was your first time? 2007 was mine. And and yeah, and we've been cruising ever since. So we've made plenty of mistakes along the way.
Well, my biggest mistake was my first cruise. I survived it. You heard of a little ship called the Titanic? Ain't no damn business on that ship. Got my ass up off of there. Hello, everybody. So glad you can join us. Glad we're back. Glad you're back. So listen.
It's a new year.
That's right. We've already said Happy New Year, but ain't no harm in saying it again. What, 14 days, whatever, 15 days, 16. Anyway, Happy New Year's again. And stay tuned. Be careful, you might just learn something.
Yes, time is going by fast. It's already half the month of the first month of the new year. Gone.
Somebody has a birthday coming up next month.
Oh yeah, somebody does have a birthday coming up next
with the
month.
6 and the 8 in it.
Okay.
Wonder what number that could be.
That's their birthday year?
No.
That's the year year they're turning.
No, their age got a 6 and an 8 in it.
Oh, the age got a 6 and an 8. What, 86?
Well, now, yeah. Hopefully that'll happen.
Is it 86?
Hopefully that'll happen. If I'm still able to change my own diaper at 86, I can live with that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's hope you can anyway, because I sure
Well,
don't
we're gonna have
like
disposables at that time. You just rip it off and throw it away.
Hey, Audrey. Hey, but yeah, guys, we just want to,
first time cruises, huh?
Yeah, I get a lot, when I'm booking, I get a lot of people that, they want to go on a cruise. They've never been on a cruise, and so it's like I have to go through, the do's and don'ts about them and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to curtail them. I'm also going to put it on the on our YouTube page as well,
Right.
so that it'll be on there as well as it'll stay here on our Facebook page for as long as Facebook will let it. So that way, if you ever, decide that you want to go on a cruise and you have questions, you can always, backtrack back to this actual sequel about going on a cruise and for the first timers. It might be much easier if you go to the Travel with the Savages YouTube page and actually subscribe on our YouTube page, and then that way it'll be topic number 1. It'll say 10 mistakes for first time cruisers. I'm saying, get ready to say first time home buyers. I'm not a realtor, I'm a travel agent. So anyway, 10 mistakes that first time cruisers make. And number 1, and you may not realize this, some cruisers, don't realize that in order to occupy a cabin, you actually have to be at least 18 years or older. So you can't have a cabin full of kids under 18. They at least, and they have to have at least one adult, which is normally 18 is is usually listed as an adult. So you have to have at least one adult in the cabin to actually have a
Occupied.
cabin
Mhm.
for with kids in it. So that is what seemed like to be one of the number one mistakes that a lot of people don't realize, that, you know, you can't have a cabin and they just be
All kids.
all kids. Yeah, they have to be 18, at least one person have to be over 18. Um, that's one thing that is very important. Another
Important.
important
Mhm.
thing on the list is that you need to, if you're going on a cruise, most cruise companies, cruise liners will allow you to on the cruise with your birth certificate and a driver's license or identification, birth
Mhm.
certificate and a driver's license
Mhm.
or identification.
Mhm.
So, and then also with their passport. So it's either a passport or driver's license and birth certificate
Mhm.
in order to get on the ship. They're not going to let you get on the ship without one or the other.
One or the other. Mhm.
So that's a very important thing that you need to know as a first time cruiser, that you need to have as well. Some people do make that mistake and they show up without, and most of the time the passports need to be at least not expired with not at least not planning on being expired within the next 6 months. So say you have a passport and your passport, the day is this month is January, and your passport is about to expire 6 months from now, which would be February, March, April, May, June, July. 6 months. So if your passport is expiring in July, you need another passport.
Man, they kind of crooked, ain't they?
You need to update your passport, renew your passport for another passport.
Mhm.
So,
That's that.
that's another mistake that first time cruisers
Mhm.
don't see or don't know about. But yes, you have to have your passport within uh, not ready to expire within
Within
6 months. Yes. Now, also,
Now, what would happen if they happen to have a passport that's going to be expired within the 6 month period?
they may or may not let you on.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So, and that's another mistake, is that people they do not look at their passports prior to them getting ready to go on any vacation out overseas, out of the country. Even with, you know, if you're flying, same thing. It pertains to the same thing. It not should not be 6 months ready to expire within the next 6 months. So that's another thing that you need to make sure you do, is look at your passport and make sure it's up to date and ready to go.
Mhm.
And I suggest that you not wait until the last minute to do that, because right now passport renewals are anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks to be for processing. And that's passport renewals as well as just getting ready to start to get a passport yourself. So it's going to take at least 8 to 12 weeks. So you don't want to wait till the last minute to get your passports. And that's another mistake that people have actually done, that I've seen, that I've ran into and had to cancel their trip. So now you've got a trip that you've planned, I don't know, 8 to 12 months ahead of time, and now all of a sudden 2 months in, you got 2 months left, or a month or two left, and now you're gonna apply for your passport.
Ain't gonna happen.
That trip that you've been planning, that you've been making payments on every month, is gonna be exhausted. You're just gonna not be able to go on the trip. So I suggest all those are listening, those that are listening now and already have their trips planned out and they're making payments on their cruises, that you go today, right now. Get up
Right
right
now.
now, go get that passport, take a look at it, make sure it's right. I don't care if you're getting ready to fly to another country, if you're getting ready to get on a cruise ship, go check that passport right now. Not later, but now. So I suggest you
Right
take a
now.
look at
That
it
shit look cockeyed there.
and see where your
Might get some more
passport
glass.
is. See what date you have on there. What's
Mhm.
your expiration date?
Mhm.
What is the best place to get the passport? You need to get that with the State Department of State. That is the best place to get it. They have some other little side companies that say they will assist you in getting your passport. They'll handle everything for you. All you got to do is just send them a picture and some money. I wouldn't use those. I would go directly to the Department of State, where it says passports, and click
Clerk,
on that.
clerk of the circuit court.
Now, that's not where you get, well, you can get your application there, but I would go to the State Department directly to and get the application. You do, after you do the application, then you do then have to make an appointment with the clerk of the circuit court, and then take your application along with your picture ID, where you would go to get a picture ID, picture, little what is it, like a 4x6 or
Yeah,
something?
you're gonna need more than just a picture ID.
2x6.
You're gonna need
You
social
you gotta
security
get your
number.
2x6.
You go to clerk of the circuit court, you're gonna need your social security and one to confirm your identity. Everything is really tight since 9/11.
Yeah, so you'll need your little 2x6
And
that you'll need to get
I think birth
at
certificate also.
Walgreens, along with your birth certificate, and your ID. So you'll need to take all of those things to the clerk of the circuit court. And when you go in and you fill out your application with the State Department, it'll actually tell you what you need to bring. And so the clerk of the circuit court will review all those documents, and then they'll send it off for you, as well. So you can do that too. But yeah, is it, the State Department.gov, is where you do your ID, get your passport. So that's one mistake. That's another mistake that people have done, uh by not having their passports regular and up to date, and now they're going to the cruise ship and their passport has either expired or is about to be expired. Another thing on cruise ships is that they don't allow you to bring bottled water on the cruise ship. So they do have bottled water on the cruise ship, but they usually normally don't allow you to bring bottled water on the cruise ship, your own personal. So you can actually schedule them to prepay your bottled water ahead of time, so that when you get onto the ship, they'll have it in your room. So you can do it that way. The price on those bottled waters are pretty usually reasonable. They're not that expensive. You can bring 12, usually a 12-pack of canned sodas. They have to be canned sodas. They can't be bottled sodas. You can't put them in those glass bottles or even plastic bottles of sodas. But normally most ships will let you bring in a 12-pack of sodas. You want to also leave enough time for travel. Come on, what you doing?
Well, I gotta clear up something because you don't know, but you were very confusing with some information you just gave them. So
Okay, so you can leave enough time for your cruise, going to the cruise ship. So you don't want to wait till the last minute to get there, especially if you're flying. You don't want to fly. Most of the time you should not. I would suggest that you not fly in on a cruise ship the day before. I would suggest that you not fly the day before to a cruise ship, onto a cruise ship. I mean, you not fly the day of the cruise. You go in the day before, that way you're there, because you can't rely on these airplanes. You'll get to the airport and they'll cancel on you. Or you'll get ready to go to the airport and realize that they've canceled the flight. So you don't want to, and that is not good. We had a group that got their flight got canceled at the last minute, and they ended up driving from Philadelphia,
Mhm.
all the way down to Fort Lauderdale to catch the cruise ship because their flight got canceled and they didn't have another one that would get them there that day. So don't wait till the last day, the day of, especially if you're flying in to get on the cruise. Jerry Pointer, we're getting ready to go. Wish you were going to. Oh, that's right. Y'all heading on a cruise too. We'll be going on one somebody's birthday weekend. Yeah,
When is that?
yeah. That is February the 9th through the 12th. Another thing is your prepaids. You gotta save money for your prepaids. Once you pay off your cruise, if you don't pay your gratuities along with your payment for your cruise, you make sure you have some money saved up for your gratuities. You're gonna need some money saved up for gratuities. You're gonna need money
Chips.
saved up for your drink package if you decide that you want to get a drink package. You're gonna need money for your social media. You're gonna need money for your tours. If you have kids and you're taking the kids with you and you want to put them into the kids program, a lot of times those programs are included in your package, but if you have like a special night when you want to do something without the kids and you want to take them to like a late night watch, you have to pay for that as well. Those are usually extra costs for late night watching daycare. So you got to make sure you have money for that. Any onboard things that you're going to pay for, you're going to buy, like uh your the if you want to buy like extra towel, say a Carnival towel or Royal Caribbean towel, any specialty items that you want to purchase while you're on there, you're going to need to make sure you save up some, have some money set aside for that as well. So, also, one mistake we made was the time change. So we were in Mexico, and Mexico is usually an hour behind us. And so we thought that we were on time when we got to Fort Lauderdale and found out in Fort Lauderdale that our watch was still an hour behind. And so by the time we got ready to we were riding the megabus. So the megabus was leaving us as we was stopped to get on the megabus because we had our watches set for Mexico time. So you have to make sure if you're going into another country that has time change, make sure you change your time when you get back into the United States, or actually when you get back to wherever your flight is, because sometimes your flights are in different states and stuff. Because they come out of California, cruises come out, ships come out of California, they come out of Texas, they come out of, they have one in Louisiana. So they come out of different cities, so you got to make sure you check your times. Jerry said, "Happy birthday, Dale."
What's up?
Said
Happy
he know
birthday,
you're
my
gonna
brother.
enjoy it. Hey, Jerry.
Happy birthday. I mean,
Jerry
thank you,
Preacher.
Jerry. Appreciate it, brother.
Also, I'm gonna let Mr. Savage talk about this one because he's a big stickler on that. On this next one, don't overeat.
Well, that's to me, that's pretty that's a simple thing. I know, listen, if you've never been on a cruise, one of the trappings of a cruise ship is the food. The food is so readily available. It's like a cruise ship. I once heard a guy say it's a floating golden corral, and that's basically what it is. There's food at every turn. There's pizza at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. There's room service. And the food is free. It's included in your package, unless you do some kind of specialty dining, want to eat something really special. The food is free, except for specialty dining. So it's very easy to overindulge, you know. A friend of mine went on a cruise with us a couple of months ago. They gained 14 pounds in those 8 days. 14 pounds. And his wife gained about 13 because I tried to warn them. You have to be careful how much you indulge. And then when you do indulge, you have to make sure you walk, exercise. They got a gym, they got a spa, all the stuff you need to compensate for when you do overindulge. You can't just go lay down. You have to work out, or you're going to come back here 10, 12, 15 pounds heavy. I don't think you're going to do that. You're going to put your health in jeopardy just from overeating. It's very easy to do. It's simple as that. Your health is your priority.
And don't drink too much either.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because I mean, sometimes you get on there, you get on the ship and you lose your mind and you just start drinking like all day and all night, and next thing you know, you done fell and hurt yourself. Or like some people, they actually get drunk and decide they want to fly, so they jump out off the ship into the water.
Wow.
And there's been several people that have done that. They have gotten so drunk that they decided they wanted to see if they could jump in the water and swim and still be alive. So, and they have found themselves not alive. So yeah, so you might not want to overdrink as well, because you know what drinking does for some people. It turns them into a whole nother person, and they start thinking they superwoman or Superman, and they're invincible. Trust me, I know. So you might want to make sure you don't overdrink as well. And you don't want to overeat either. So what I like to do, because most of the cruise ships, they actually they give you like one plug in the room, and so I always bring my cord, my power strip, so that I can actually plug in some other things. Especially if you're like me, you have electronics. Like I have my cell phone, I have my tablet. Sometimes I might bring my laptop. Then Dale has his cell phone as well. So you have a lot of different electronics that have to be charged up throughout the day and at night. So you want to bring your power strip. Make sure you bring your power strip so you have extra plugs to use. What is the place to get your passports? Okay, thank you.
That's what I want to clear up because you're very
Okay,
confused.
you found it, so go ahead.
Absolutely. That's what I told you. Where I got my passport from. I live in Tampa, Brandon, whatever. So I work downtown Tampa. So I went to the clerk of the circuit court. That's where they will accept passports for the State Department or state of whatever state you're in. If you have a clerk of the circuit court. Also, some libraries will do the same thing. Not all libraries, but some libraries it says it will do the same thing. But you make sure you have proper identification. You will need a valid ID, driver's license, birth certificate, maybe Social Security. It's not going to hurt to have all that. Okay, you must have several forms of identification to get that passport valid. So remember, if you have a clerk of the circuit court, you can go there, apply for it. It says here some libraries will also accept applications for passports. So, or you can, if wherever your local state department is located at. So just wanted to clear that up.
You can download the application through the State Department. So anyway, another mistake is you can't bring your irons, clothes irons. They do not allow you to bring irons onto the ship. I guess mainly because they think they're a hazard, and they get hot, they get steamy, and so they don't allow you to bring your clothes irons. Some allow you to bring steamers, but you wanna check with the ship that you're going on to make sure they're gonna allow you to bring that. So they do. Most of the ships have irons on board and ironing boards into one of the laundry rooms, and a lot of times they have laundry rooms on each floor, each deck of the ship. So you could always go to the laundry room, wash your clothes, iron your clothes as well. And that's most ships.
Except, yeah, except on the Royal Caribbean, man. I was taken back. They had no laundry room on the Royal Caribbean.
That
First
was
time that's
on
ever happened.
that was on the Wonder of the Sea.
Yeah.
It might not be
Other
on
other
all of them.
so not all Royal Caribbeans.
It might not be on all
Oh.
of them. It might just that might have just been
We've been on
Wonder of the Sea.
other ones. I can't remember if I used the laundry room or not.
Yeah.
But they have a laundry room on all Carnival ships have a laundry room where you can go wash, iron, whatever, dry your clothes, whatever you need to do. If you have clothes that's wrinkled, they have a ironing board with an iron that's, if you flip it over, it's going to automatically cut off. So you can't, there's no fire hazard there. And everything is metal in there. So, but yeah, you're going to definitely need to, they used to let you bring steamers, but seemingly they don't want you to bring steamers anymore. So you're definitely gonna need to iron your clothes. So in most cases, they do have an iron room, a laundry room, but they also have they have service, which is not free, costs money. You can request that your clothes get ironed, and that's gonna cost money. I'm not sure how much it costs, but nobody wants to wear a wrinkled suit to a dinner to a formal dinner wear. So those are some of the tips.
So yeah, also you want to make sure when you're getting ready to go that you call your credit card company. So if you're going to be out on touring and stuff like that, and you see some things that you might want to buy and you don't have your cash with you, you make sure you call your credit card company and say, hey, I'm going out of the country. I need to let you know so that you will, if I use my credit card, you will see that I'm in this country and you'll allow it to go through.
I.e. credit union, banks, let them know. I have to notify my credit union. My card is through my credit union, so I have to notify them that I'm leaving on such and such date, returning on such and such date. So that's a good tip because it happened to me. Didn't notify, and none of my transactions would go through with my card because I didn't notify them. And so to fight fraud, they didn't know if someone had stole my card and went to Mexico or Guadalupe or wherever I were, and they would not let me, none of the transactions go through. So
And,
notify your banking institution wherever your credit card is through.
and you can also check in early on the different cruise companies. So a lot of times they either let you 15 to 30 days, they allow you to check in into your for your cruise. So you can always find out the exact date of when you can check in, and then go ahead and check in early, because the earlier you're able to check in, the earlier you can get on the ship. Because they have Carnival, usually Carnival and Royal Caribbean give you dates, times of when you can check in. So they usually have like 10, 11, 12, 1, and 2. And then so if you check in early enough, you can get maybe a 10 or 11 or a 12 check-in time. A lot of times they do leave the earlier times for their elites, like people that's platinum or gold or silver or whatever the elites size of the cat group or that you are, and it goes by the amount of days that you sell. So if you've sailed a lot of days and you have like what is it, the crown or the platinum or anything like that, they usually let those come in a little earlier. So they may save the 10 and 11s for the crowns and the golds and the platinums and stuff like that.
What
And
is the
then
crown?
that one is
That the highest?
on one of the cruise ships. They have what they call the crown. It might be Royal Caribbean, is the one that has the crown. But I know Carnival has
Platinum.
platinum. Um, and so yeah. And so, so they usually use those for those people. So, at 12, 1, and 2, they usually give those to people that are just traveling, don't have that many days that they've used to travel to cruise days is what they call them, and you get so many points for so many days you're on the ship or you cruise on the ship. So you're gonna set your phone on airplane mode. Nowadays everybody has apps, so you'll want to also download the app on your phone so that when you get ready to check, and you can actually check in on your app as well. So usually, like I said, anywhere from 15 to 30 days, you can download the app on whichever cruise ship you're going on and actually check in, check your days. You can do your countdowns. That's what I usually do on my app is I usually get my countdown day and then I post it, just to let people know that, hey, I'm about to go on a cruise and got so many days to do it because I am ready to go. So I need to do that now.
When you ready to go, what's your next cruise?
So our next cruise,
It's February 9th, 8th,
February the 9th through the
through
12th.
12th.
And last time I checked, they still had some available cabins
On
left
the Magnifica.
on the MSC, the
Yes.
MSC Magnifica.
Yeah.
And so that is the 9th through the 12th. And like I said, last time I checked, they had some availability. So if anybody want to go, just give us a call. We can get you in there. We can get you on.
Call us. We will take care of you. Call us. Guaranteed.
Jerry.
Whatever you need, we got you.
Oh, Audrey says she's never been on a cruise ship before.
Where's Audrey?
See, that's one of my GGs. Black women who want
Oh,
more.
she didn't go with you guys? She wasn't on
No,
the
no, she didn't go on that cruise. Um, and so yeah, Gigi, Audrey, you would love it. You would love it. And so
Sure would. You get hooked on a cruise. I'm telling you, cruising can get you hooked.
yeah, once on it, you never want to get off it. So, so yeah, so that's why I wanted to go ahead and do some do's and don'ts and mistakes that you make when going on a cruise, is because there's a lot of people that have not been on a cruise before, and so they're surprised about different things that they find out when you don't tell them, and if you don't tell them, they don't know. So this is why I'm here tonight. Like I said, I'm gonna post it on our YouTube page so that if you want to go back through and find out what you need to know about cruising, you can go on that YouTube page and pull this YouTube video up and uh, return back and forth until you know exactly what you're doing when you go on a cruise. So anybody have any questions?
And some friendly tips.
Gretchen, she made it
Hey,
tonight.
Gretchen. Hey, how you doing,
Glad
Gretchen?
you can make it,
Some
Gretchen.
tips that when you do go on a cruise and you get off at these different ports, it's best to try to go travel with a group of people and don't never like count your money and flash your money out in the public, because you never know who's watching. So it's always best to be safe and travel with a group. Just look out for each other and try not, for the most part, that I'm on excursion, I won't wear any jewelry, especially a necklace, anything. I just won't do it. Now, if I'm staying around the port, that's different. But if you're going out up into the mountain, I would suggest you not wear your jewelry, just in case, just to be on the safe side. Just leave it in the safe on the ship till you get back.
So Jerry had a good, Jerry said something very profound.
Jerry Pointer,
Yes,
Pointer.
he
Pointer,
said,
Pointer.
don't go on a cruise without a travel advisor.
Well, I ain't mad at you.
That's
I tend to agree with that.
right, that's right.
I tend to absolutely agree with that, my friend. Jerry Pointer from Atlanta, Georgia.
Let's see, and he says it's a hassle to call your bank. Yes, it is, but you should do that.
You have to let them know.
Time changes and a boatload of questions, and your spouse want that ring.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm making that first payment, Jerry. Oh my goodness. I got 12 more to make to have that baby paid off.
Or that suit.
Or the suit already in the bag. Suit ain't no suit, man. Suit barely $100.
Oh, Jerry's a mess.
Suit is in the bag, all three of them.
He usually take about 5 of them though.
All 3 of them. I'm getting them for myself for my birthday. One down and 2 more to go. Then I'm done. I'm never buying another suit as long as I live. Never buying another
saying
suit.
that, Jerry.
I'm never buying another suit. I don't need no more suits. I'm done.
Say that every other
No
month.
more suits. I mean
Next
that.
thing I know, there's a suit coming in.
No,
the
I
closet
wouldn't.
that
Yeah, I'm
I
not.
have never seen before.
I ain't buying no more suits. I can't. What I'm gonna do? I can't take them with me.
You'll try.
No, I ain't taking them with me. What they gonna do? Go in the easy bake oven with me? Cause that's where I'm going. I'm going in the oven. I'm gonna be crispy.
Yeah. So Jerry said you leave home, and when you leave home, we want you to come back in one piece.
Absolutely. Well, I agree with that. I tend to agree wholeheartedly with that now.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what else he says. You better know it. You are the authority on food consumption.
Right.
He talking about you, babe.
I know you're talking about me. I am the authority on it, and I take pride in it. This last cruise ship I went on, I gained 2 pounds. And that's, like I told you, my friends came back 10, 15 pounds heavier because they didn't watch what they eat. They didn't exercise. They just ate. And I tried to warn them.
You said get you one of those shiny bells. I don't know what to do with it. Ring, 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 ring. Go get me this. Yeah, well, Jerry and Charlotte, you guys have a great trip. I know.
Where are they going?
They're going on the MSC. They're going
They're
this
going on
week or next week.
seashore, seascape.
MSC Seascape.
Oh
Is it the
man,
Seascape you guys going on?
that's a nice
Or
ship.
Seashore.
They're both nice, whichever one it is. That's two of their newest ships.
It's the bigger ships. The one we went on last year.
Those are nice. That's one of my favorite ships, that MSC Seashore, Seascape, whichever one it was. It was nice.
We were on the Seascape, the MSC Seascape.
Yeah, nice ship. That's a nice show. That's in the top. That's in the top 3 or 4. It really is.
Yeah, Jerry said he loves our shows. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, there, Mr. Pointer.
Thanks for always being there.
Mr.
We
Pointer.
love you too. We love you too. And so that's it. That's the mistakes that we have run into that
Get
other
that
people
passport
have
now. Get that passport.
run into.
Always good to have one.
Yeah. Yeah, you can fill it out online at the with the Secretary of State.
Clerk of court.
You can take it to the clerk of the court and get it processed there.
Well, baby, I got everything done there.
Yes,
So
you can.
maybe they've changed, but I
you
got
can
everything
do-
done at the clerk of circuit court.
You can do it there as well. You can do
Everything
it
that
there
had
as
to be
well.
done, I got through the clerk of the court.
Yeah. But I do mine. When I renewed mine, I just renewed it online.
Oh yeah, well that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Walmart and took a picture.
Yeah, when you renew it, you can
when you're renewing, it's totally
online.
different. You don't
But
even have
when
to
you-
go to Walmart or any other drugstore and take a picture,
Mhm.
and they could do it. You get it in the mail,
Yeah.
but you got to have that ID.
Yeah.
Gotta have ID.
Mhm.
3 forms or 2 forms of identification, and you'd be surprised what's acceptable. You'd be surprised. Sometimes your work ID is acceptable. I was just reading student ID is acceptable. So if you don't have like a state of
Driver's
Florida, whatever
license.
state you're in, if you don't have a license
Identification
or
card.
a state ID, those are other forms of identification that are accepted.
Mhm. Well, babe, can you think of anything else
that's-
we need to
I think that's about it.
cover?
I think that's it, except for the old earplug, old cab brunette. So glad we had this time together. Y'all know what that means. Nighty night. But in the words of my wife, my wife, Sweetie Pie, we'll see you at the top. What's the rest of that?
Because the bottom is
Yes.
just too crowded.
And we ain't trying to do that. So until next time, in the words of Don Cornelius, as always in parting, we wish you love, peace, and savages. Hey, we're out of here. God bless each and every one of you. We love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about that. So until next time, take care of yourself, look out for each other, and we'll see you on the beaches and the cruise ships around the Caribbean.
Yes.
Maybe even around the world.
God bless you.
So God bless each and every one of
you.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye, Jerry.
Good night, Mr. Pointer.
Bye, Gretchen.
Gretchen.
Bye, Laura.
Laura. Good night, Laura. Anybody else?
Keisha.
Good night, Keisha. Nighty night, Keisha.
Audrey.
Night, Audrey.
Audrey, let us know when you're ready to get on that first cruise, Audrey. We'll walk you through it.
Yeah, we sure will.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody. It's time to go to bed for senior citizens.